Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all great and having a great week. It's a little on the quiet side here. It's day 2 of Grayson being away. It's crazy how much space that kid takes up, and I love it so much. But you know, it's like I'm missing my left arm, honestly. And even though I fill up the time, well, there's always a lot to do. It's not the same. So it's crazy. We got an email from, I guess it's the director of upper school. And yesterday was their first day. They left early in the morning and then they were setting up camp and doing all that stuff. But I guess the wind was crazy. So the email stated it was quite windy and the kids had fun setting up their tents, which tells me it probably wasn't that fun. I don't think, I remember back when I was 14, 15, being in the wind is horrific. It's horrific now at like this age. So I can't wait to get an earful on day 1. But I think the rest of the week is going to be really nice, really mild, and way more fun so that they don't have to kind of deal with those elements. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing that's a little different is I'm using my camera today. Up until now, I've just used my iPhone, which is great. It's easy. It's kind of like camera for dummies. You know, you can't really mess it up. But we'll see how this goes. The uploading, I think, is going to be a lot easier, but the screen is much smaller, so I can't really tell how I look. I know that the autofocus, the ring light, everything gets autoed. So I don't know how it's gonna look when I upload it. So be patient. And I don't have the microphone plugged in, which I have a separate microphone. So depending on how today goes and how I sound and how I look and the whole thing, we'll see if we'll continue using it. It's a really easy camera. It's like the Canon V10, I think, but it's small. So it's hard to really see what's happening, but we'll see. So today's video, there has been a ton of chatter about the Row Margaux bag. Is it the new Birkin? Is it, a long-term purchase? Is it gonna make Birkin status? I don't know, you guys. There is nothing like a Birkin. And I think, the House of Hermes is so old. The craftsmanship is so dialed in. And what that bag is so iconic that I don't think there's anything that's going to replace the Birkin. I mean, Bloomberg, I think, did an article on it. BOF did an article on it. It's crazy. It's created such a stir, and you can't get it anywhere. It's sold out. It's sold out on the Row. It's sold out on Matches. It's sold out on Net-a-Porter. It's like sold out everywhere. So, but I have one to show you. So we're going to compare them and see the pros and cons to both and go from there. So let's start with what the Margaux Row looks like. Mine is really heavy because I have all of my work stuff in it. So I have the 17 in black suede, okay? It's got the brass hardware on the side, and there is no closure up top, no magnetic, no zipper, no nothing. It's open like a Birkin would be, but it is bigger. So this is the 17, which is probably like the Birkin 40. The Birkin 35 is going to fall under the Margaux 15. So, just so that you know. I will say that the Margaux's craftsmanship is really good. And I don't even know how they do this, but I'm sure it's like a hot glue. It's perfectly done. There isn't any type of breakage anywhere. It's light, and the craftsmanship is great. It's very similar, okay, to the Birkin. It's very similar. Obviously, this is this is Clemence leather. So the look of these two bags are going to be different between the suede and the leather, but they're similar, okay? I'll give them that. But the Birkin is the Birkin, you guys. I mean, this is industry standard on where all the bags start. And you cannot, I don't think, compare craftsmanship to this is a handmade bag. I don't think this Margaux is handmade. It might be, but I don't think so. So that in and of itself will carry more weight, meaning how expensive it is. But the Margaux is not cheap. Not cheap at all. It's very close to what you would pay for a Birkin retail. Not this one, but as you get up into the leathers, they're pretty comparable as far as price-wise. So, but you can probably get the Margaux once it comes back in stock. To get one of these, you guys know the whole story behind it. So, okay, let me show you what fits in this bag and why I got it. So when I travel, if I am going for a longer period of time, let's say more than 36 hours, I need a bigger carry-on. Now, when I pack and I use my rollaway, I only carry on when I travel. I've heard too many horror stories with people that have had lost or stolen from their bags Chanel, YSL boots, a ton of clothing. And so you don't really know when you fly into Europe, especially going through Heathrow, what they're doing with your bags. And, they chalk it up to security check, but things go missing. So I don't ever want to go through that. I don't ever want to go through that. So when I pack, all of my clothes and my shoes go in my carry-on. What I'm packing and how I'm packing then becomes very strategic because there's not a whole lot of space to kind of play with clothes. But then my carry-on tends to have all my toiletries, computers, my headphones, my camera, my phone, passports, wallet, all that kind of stuff. So it needs to be big enough where it fits without it overflowing and it being extremely heavy. So when I travel for 24, 36 hours, I'll use the Birkin because I can put more stuff in my rollaway. More than likely, I'm not going to Europe, so it stays domestic, and then I don't have so much that I'm carrying in my arms. But if I'm going for more than that, then I need a bigger bag. So I go between two when I need a bigger case. I've got the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, not Neverfull, it's their duffel. and I think it's a 45, maybe 50. And that's a great carry-on as well. Fits in cabin, and it fits a lot more than even this Margaux 17. But when I don't want to take that big of a bag, it's this one that's gonna fit everything. So let me show you what I've got in it. I've got a 14 Pro computer. So this in and of itself will add weight. That's why the Birkin sometimes is not the ideal bag to travel with, because it's heavy as it is. So you start adding hardware and it gets really heavy. So, watch for that. So I've got that, my headphones, some wipes, my cords that I need for my camera case, which I'm using the camera right now. And then usually a book and a planner. And by the way, I have had a request to do like how do I stay organized, planner or phone. I'm gonna do a video like that, so it's a little bit more it's not so clear cut. Let's just put it that way. Because anyways, I'll do a video on that. But so I take those two things. This bag right now doesn't have my toiletries. It doesn't have my wallets. It doesn't have sunglasses. It doesn't have all the other stuff that I would carry with it. So I'm home. So really what I have here is just stuff that I'm needing in the car, I take with me or whatever. So that fits all in here. It would also fit in here. Okay, so let me show you that a 14 Pro does fit in a 35 Birkin. My only beef is that it's gonna get really heavy really fast. So that's why pick and choose, guys, what you are taking and when, because you want everything to fit well and you want to be able to carry on without feeling like this is horrific travel. Because sometimes, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to travel. So, is the Margaux the new Birkin? I honestly don't believe that it is. I think it's a classic bag. I think it's a great purchase. I think it's something that I will definitely use. I think you guys will too if you're looking for a type of bag like this. I think it will get used to death. And I think it will hold up because it's crafted well. I don't think the Row has the history, it doesn't have the craftsmanship, and it doesn't have the iconic status to take over Birkin. I think Hermes will always be Hermes, and the Birkin, the Kellys, I think will always, always, always have that draw to want to purchase that bag. And the Birkins do last forever. I've beat this up. I have gone everywhere with it. I stuff it under my seat. People would probably cringe at how I use it, but what's the point, right, guys? I mean, let's use what we have. So I will say, if you're looking to purchase a travel bag, it's a great bag. If you're looking to get a small Birkin, I think I would wait for the small Birkin. I don't think that I would get the 10 or the 12 Margaux. But for travel, I think I would definitely suggest get the 17 and maybe even the 15 if you don't carry that much stuff, but you're gonna be, you won't have as much space to kind of carry all your stuff in. All right, guys, that's my take on the Margaux 17 Row bag. Leave me your comments. What do you guys think? Do you think it's the new Birkin? Are you gonna try to find one? Do you want one? They've got some great colors too. There's a really great like Bordeaux color that's beautiful. They've got a nice chocolate brown as well. But I mean, you guys know I like black. It's the easiest to keep, to change, to not get sick of. So it would be something special for me to kind of change up the colors. So tell me what you think. Thank you guys for all of your comments that you guys left on the last video, for like all your kind comments and all your nice compliments. They're so sweet, and I totally take them, and I enjoy reading them. And whatever's not positive, I just throw in the trash, so it's all good. All right, you guys, have a great week. I will pop back on later in the week to talk about my planner. Do I use it? Do I not? Do I use a phone, or do I use an actual write down planner? The answer is kind of both. So stay tuned. All right, guys, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Talk to you soon.